And go. Hey everybody, welcome back to the Andy Doorty Show. Today, I'm Andy Doorty. Everyone almost forgot to introduce myself this time. Sitting to my left this time, rather than my right, it's a sick boy. His name is Mike Ravenese.
I feel like it's always to your left, but we'll go with that.
No.
Last time Rhea was here to my left, and you were to my right, making you to my left. Me to your left.
If you're on my left, if I'm on your left.
I'm actually here, and this isn't making sense to me. So
I said I was on. You were on my right, so making me on your left.
I see.
Because this didn't change. I was a little to the left. You were a little to the left.
I remember you being over here.
You guys had a circular table, so technically he's always on your left.
That's a really good point.
Yeah.
You did a 360. You'd be on my left. Today on the podcast, we have Brian Greene.
Hey, what's going on? I'm Brian.
Brian, I met you in class.
Yep.
We survived together every week.
Yep.
2 times a week.
Yeah.
For an unsurmountable amount of hours.
It's been a little while, but we're getting through it. You make it a little bit tougher, but the classes we'll get through.
So Brian, what have you been up to this week?
This week, since I got back, I've really just been hanging out. I hung out with some friends 2 days ago, but I spent all of Tuesday doing absolutely nothing. Not even studying for the test we had today. So, I'm using my time wisely.
Where'd you go before that?
Before that, my weekend, I was spending time in Pennsylvania. I went to the last day of the only bar within like a 30-mile radius of where I am, and it was awesome. It's this like 40s place. The microwave is from it's like the first microwave ever built. It looks like the first microwave ever built, so I stood as far away from it as possible because I'm trying to live for a little while.
Do they microwave your beers and your alcohol?
Some people like it warm. That's how they used to do it in the 40s.
Okay.
No, it's actually, he's a bar and restaurant, but he gets the benefits of being a bar and restaurant, but he only has that title because he's a microwave, and he has a freezer full of Hot Pockets and frozen hot dogs, so he gets all the benefits, but he just microwaves everything. The dude, he's classic. He's awesome. Just
It's the last bar in the radius of your town?
Well, pretty much, yeah.
Jesus.
It's there's not a lot of bars around, and it's Pennsylvania. It's all woods.
Right.
Does that place pack up, or is it just that's the reason why there's no bar because no one goes?
No, people go. The guy broke his hip, so he was just I've been doing this for ever,
Okay.
and he was just I'm done, whatever. And he's selling the place, and it's the last bar of its type. It's the last bar where you could smoke in it in Pennsylvania because he's been around so long. He still has the license. So.
So I guess the hip displacement really affected the ability to put Hot Pockets into a microwave.
Yeah, pretty
and
much.
pour beers into a glass.
Yeah, he literally, his entire job is just he doesn't mix drinks or whatever. He's just you want a shot of Fireball? Gives it to you. You want a beer? This is a beer. There you go. He doesn't serve people or nothing. But Hot Pocket, slaps it in the microwave. He's so funny. That's his entire shtick. He's just whatever, just fuck it. All right, whatever.
What if he overcooks your Hot Pocket?
I mean, that's your own fault. You're ordering Hot Pockets at a bar, so get your own microwave, not from 1932.
Yeah.
Truman's first microwave in the White House.
Did it still hold up? Did it work?
I didn't order a Hot Pocket. I'm not going around ordering bar Hot Pockets.
I would do it just for the experience, especially on the last day.
The last thing I wanted was for that microwave to turn on. Just I have no idea what could have happened.
Was it loud?
Nobody orders it.
Oh.
Nobody does it because it's this old. It looks like an old television. Imagine a television that you'd watch the moon landing on, and it looks like that except waves of radiation pour out of it. So,
oh my god.
Jesus. Yeah. So, but that place was great. We just spent the whole night. We got destroyed. He was just. We were just playing pool the whole time, and my aunt especially got destroyed. We were just singing along. We were Neil Diamond, Sweet Caroline, everything, playing pool, shooting the shit, everything. It was great. And then she plays the national anthem. And these 2 guys, they're still wearing their hats. And she's messed up. And she's all about America, rah, rah, everything. She's take off your hat. You, take off your hat. And she walks over to the guy, and he's and it's 2 maybe 55, 60-year-old dudes. And just Rust Belt, Middle America, just kind of guys. And just take off your hat. She takes off the one guy's hat. like off of his head, takes it off of him, and he's like, show some goddamn respect. And to the other guy, you take off your hat. And I'm also destroyed. So I'm just like standing there ready to fight these two old guys. Like, I'm there to back her up in case the equivalent of John McCain tries to swing at my hand. So that was interesting. That was a lot of fun.
How did that resolve?
The one guy kept his hat off. The other guy was like putting it on, taking it off. He was like half-assing, being sassy about it. And so it was like he'd take it off, and then she'd look away and be like, she'd be like, "Hey, what are you doing?" It was like a mother, and like her kids are just like playing her out. Like it was so.
I told
dumb.
you not to touch the cookie pot.
Exactly. It was so dumb. It was so funny. That was great.
That's funny though. Was that during spring break or that was just last?
That was just
weekend?
this weekend.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So that was fun. It was the last day it was open. I had to go.
Something just hit our door. I think.
People aren't enjoying the podcast.
No.
They're already on their way.
And they're shooting fireworks outside our door. Man.
They're either celebrating us or we have a new special guest on the podcast apparently.
Oh goodness.
Oh, hello.
It was a bad.
Did you fall?
Damn it, Anna.
Sorry.
Anna, apologize to our viewers.
Sorry, viewers.
That didn't sound sincere.
Thanks, Anna. That was
What are they viewing?
I did it for the puppy.
a picture.
Okay.
I did it for the puppy. So apparently Michael Jordan owes you $40.
$95.
$95.
Yep.
Ah.
He paid off $5 of it.
Oh?
Yes.
Ha-
It's true.
How-
Somebody did it for him. Somebody paid. All right. So I was 5th grade. My family came into some quick money, and then we flew out to California and went to Michael Jordan basketball camp. All right. So it was on West Coast. We went to like Muscle Beach and everything. Just like did the 9. I don't know what the saying is, but anyway, I was there in California. So we went to sleepaway camp. So my parents got to pawn us off to people they've never met before, and then
In another state,
and then I
halfway
played
across.
basketball for a while, and then Michael Jordan showed up. It was the last day, and we were all sitting around him. And you know Michael Jordan, what's he associated with? Not basketball, gambling. So he was going up to these the equivalent of children and
I was
saying,
gonna say baseball.
If you make this 3-point, he goes up to this girl, and she had like tinier arms, so it was just like he was like, not just like she was a small girl.
Okay.
All right, and he was like, if you could shoot a 3, which obviously she wouldn't be able to do. She like barely held the basketball
seems
over her head.
misogynist.
That's what I was trying to avoid. She was small
You did
in
an
the
okay
sense
job
of she was a twig human,
Okay.
the same way that whatever, you know what I mean. She can't shoot a 3.
Okay.
So he's like, I'll give you all the money in my pocket if you hit this 3, and she goes for it, and it actually like hits the rim and bounces off, and he takes out this wad of money. It was the size of my head, and it was just like it just is walking around money. It was crazy, and she's like, if she got that, I wouldn't have taken it if I was her because she would have been jumped. It would have been done. She would have been done. Michael Jordan's like that was the equivalent of like 10 grand in his hand at least.
Jesus.
So he comes up to me, and I was like, I had this like bowl haircut at the time. I was just like this awkward little kid, and he was like, I looked like I was still like skinny and lanky. Like I look like the Slenderman for you viewers at home. Imagine that.
With a beard.
Yeah, with a beard. It's pretty nice. So, I didn't have the beard when I was in 5th grade. So he comes up to me, pre-beard, so you know I was not looking great. And he was like, you, get up here. Michael Jordan said this to me. And I was like, I saw you on Space Jam. And he was like, you, come on, let's go. And he was like, if you could do the drill we did earlier today and you hit the basket, I'm giving you $100. And this is all true.
What was the drill?
The drill was you dribble up to the free throw line, between the legs, step back to the 3-point line, fade.
You
and
step back
you
to
shoot.
3 from the free throw?
Yeah.
That's a big leap.
I know, because he was picking these small kids to
Yeah.
do these like crazy
That's
like
insane
Euro step
leap.
from the elbow to the box, then one step backward. But I did it. I was like all my might jumped. I should have broken my leg with all the force I did. And I back to the 3-point line, put it up, drained it. It was amazing. The crowd's like, ah! My mom was like, ah, that's my son. And Michael Jordan starts walking over to me. And as a kid, like, huge fan of basketball, love Space Jam, Bugs Bunny's my idol. Michael Jordan's walking over to you, and you're just like, and this camp counselor comes over, and he's like, Michael, you can't give this kid $100. slaps my hand $5,
Uh-huh.
and tells me, put that in your pocket and go sit down. And I was like, I hope I never get the money back.
Uh-huh.
Because I'd rather be able to tell this story for the rest of my life than get $95.
Yeah,
you know?
because that would be so anticlimactic. And then, 15 years later, he paid back the,
Yeah,
the
like
rest of the
15 years later,
$95.
he heard this podcast.
As
and he
it.
shipped me money.
That'd be funny, though.
Yeah, we have around 20 views. Michael Jordan's definitely one.
Yeah, absolutely.
Almost certain.
He's a big fan of the Albany podcast.
Yeah.
So,
Up-and-coming podcaster.
Yeah.
I think it would have been the funniest thing if, when MJ just walks over to you and you're, as you're, shitting your pants, you just go, "What's up, Dak?"
made him feel at home. Yeah.
That's funny, though. That's so mean, though, that he would just be picking up, these horrible kids,
Yeah.
these things,
Yeah.
he's like, "Oh, that kid doesn't look like they can hit a shot. Let me do it."
Yeah.
So
exactly.
he did this sober, or was he just a little drunk or something?
Who knows? I was also in 5th grade, so I don't know what
Okay.
drunk,
Okay.
was like. So, he could have been. It's Michael. If I was Michael,
It's
I'd be
Michael.
drunk everywhere.
Maybe it was just one of the many camps did that month or that summer, and he's like, "I'm tired of this. I'm gonna mess with some kids."
Yeah, I'm just gonna offer these kids a lot of money and then watch them
fail
crush
and laugh.
themselves.
Yeah. Well,
But I was the one guy
Yeah.
who did it. Made them learn.
Well, I mean, stars do it all the time. Look at Porzingis and other kids. They'll go up against these kids and they're just SWAT. No
awesome.
chance.
Yeah.
No
I love watching
effort.
that, though. It's so good.
I feel like they want that though. The kids there, they want to not be able to score on their
Right.
favorite star. They
Yeah.
want to be
Right.
defended. You know what I mean? I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah, just put James Harden in there.
Not. All right. Yeah.
I'd rather get dunked on by LeBron than patronized.
Right.
And just
Then,
oh, look at you. You did a layup
Yeah,
and you blew by me.
I'd
Wow.
hate that. Yeah.
It's just I'm going to go have millions and bye, kid. I'd rather get jammed on by LeBron. Right?
Right. That's awesome. That's a story to tell again.
That's absolutely another story to tell. Hey, if any celebrities out there want to
Dunk on me.
dunk on me, shit on my life, owe me money, you don't have to pay me back, I swear. Just give me a story to tell. I have a lot of podcasts to do.
Yeah, this is
First
one.
Amendment.
This one's number one on the queue. You gotta go down. It's like we're ordering from Netflix in 2006. Remember that?
I didn't have Netflix 2006.
Did people have Netflix 2006?
I did.
Okay.
I've been a long term.
Money bags. Wow. Nice.
It was less expensive than Blockbuster.
Well, Blockbuster was always inefficient.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that one, it was almost the same thing, with Netflix, because they would do, the order-ins, so you would have to, make, a queue on, online or something, and then they'd send you it by mail, and then you'd have to, mail it back. So it was almost the same thing as Blockbuster, except the thing was that they offered no, late fees, and then they went online and started streaming and killed Blockbuster.
Yeah. Ran an entire industry out of business. It was incredible.
I can't wait. When they have those things where you'll see them online. There's those articles that are we found this abandoned forest or this abandoned hospital. I can't wait till they find an abandoned Blockbuster. And they go break
The
in
haunted
inside.
Blockbuster.
Yeah.
The ghost of Sandra
haunted.
Bullock is still Blockbuster.
That's so funny. But you were hyping up a lot of stories.
I was. And then immediately lost them all. You reminded me of Michael Jordan, but I was we walked over here immediately from class, and I was hyping up oh, that's a good story for this. Oh, that's a good story for this, and I'm blanking. So you guys are.
I'll keep just stirring the pot. And
Yeah.
if you have a story,
Yeah, if I have a story, I'll bring it up.
just key it in.
I'll remember them. I tell 4 different stories my whole life.
Right.
So Michael Jordan one is absolutely one of them.
I bet.
So
That's a good story.
That's
You
a
had
story.
you had that story down packed too.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I've told that so many times. Yeah, so
What would you do if you saw Michael Jordan today?
be starstruck and just blah, blah,
And he's like, "Hey Brian, here's your $95."
he remembers me. Hey, are you that bowl cut white kid that drained the 3?
Step back kid.
Yeah, step back kid.
The one where you should have
You're a
broken your
legend.
legs.
You're a legend among the Hall of Fame.
I would love
The
to be
basketball owners community.
Me and Mark Cuban talk about that all the time. I tell your story all the time.
Cuban wants to meet you.
It's yo, Mark. Gotta tweet this to my bros.
He starts calling the former Clippers owner over, and you're like, "Whoa, man! Hang on a
I'm
minute."
not trying to
I'm-
get
I'm-
Yeah.
Let's not get racy, all right?
But what was I gonna say? So we have an eventful time in class.
We do.
You know, one time we actually spent it looking up people with the same name as you. To try, we were trying to find you. I was trying to find you on Twitter.
Oh yeah. Oh, dude, that was great.
And the first time I spelled your name, I spelled it Brayn.
Brain. Yeah. Brain.
Or
Brain.
did I spell that one wrong? My head's gone. I'm not in this.
He spelled it.
I spelled
he
it with a
butchered my
Y.
name.
I spelled it with a Y, and Brian with the Y, and then I put E after Greene.
No, you didn't put E after the green.
No?
Yeah, because I am green with an E at the end.
Oh. So I didn't put
Yeah,
E
so
with
you
the
just
green.
did regular green, like a pleb.
Like a-
Yeah. That's how poor Greens spell their name.
Oh.
Speaking of which, I come from a long lineage of one of us was successful. One Green out of all of us was pretty good.
Okay.
Nathaniel Greene, the Revolutionary War general.
Heard of him?
Yeah, that's my family.
That's you.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. So
I remember
Okay,
him looking
cool.
like Slender Man.
yeah, he was tall and something else. He was English.
Something else.
He was a
That's a
guy.
nationality, tall.
He was English. My family's been here for a long time, so not my other side. My mom's 100% Italian, so her like parents were the first people over. So my grandparents. So
Do you still speak Italian at home?
well, they're dead, so they don't speak much.
Do they speak Italian from the grave?
Yeah, I always go to my Ouija board and I'm just like, what are you saying? What are you talking about? It's like
I don't know what
Bada bing.
bada bing. What the hell?
I don't know what a paysan is.
It's a pizza. Is that a type of pizza? What the?
He just keeps saying, "Hey, paisan."
Hey, paisano.
They have the accents.
Yeah.
The accent marks.
It's like,
That's pretty cool though. I never really tracked back my lineage that well. Now my mom's gonna like be really mean to me because we kind of have like records and stuff like that from like them coming over and Ellis Island and all that stuff. But my grandfather, who's actually been back to Italy with my grandmother too, they actually went to the place that he is originally from, and their last name is the name of a town. And like every other person is named my grandfather's name.
dude, trace your lineage, because he could have owned. I don't know how Italy works, but a kingdom maybe.
Probably not because, you know, the family moved to
Yeah.
America.
Yeah.
But it's been older than my grandparents. So I think it was my great grandparents who first moved over, if that. So, but how about you, Mayo? What's your family like?
Well, my mother moved here when she was, I believe, 14, from Ecuador, so half Ecuadorian. And then my dad's side of the family has been here for years. It's like all European. He
Right.
comes off a mutt, where he has like Russian blood, he has like German blood, he has the Netherlands, and he has all this different types of places. And so he's just everything in one,
Yeah.
and then Hispanic.
Yeah,
So I guess I am just everything.
and you've been back to Ecuador, right?
Yeah.
You
I've been there
you
twice.
seen family there, or
Yeah.
that are still
so
there?
much family.
Really?
So much family over there. Yeah. So we're probably gonna try to go sometime soon. But my sister's gone there twice after I haven't gone there since I was like 12. So, but yeah, I have a lot of family over there.
It's fucking hot there, right?
Yeah, it's by the equator.
Ecuador. Hot, right?
It's by the equator.
What was like the average temperature on like a daily basis?
When we go in the summer, it's kind of like warm, like nicer there because
Right.
it's kind of like the opposite of us.
Right.
Where, like their winter is really hot, and then their summertime is like a little more breezy, a lot more bearable. So probably around 80s, like nice temperature.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
So that's why we try to go in the summer.
Yeah, that makes sense. That's cool because it actually lines up with time.
Yeah.
But yeah. How about you, Brian? You go anywhere international?
I actually, I'm not German, but my non-blood aunt is, so my cousins are German, and they moved to Germany for 5 years, and we took that as a way to mooch off of them and not pay money to spend time in Germany. We just plane flight, and then we mooched off them for a while. So that was really cool. The whole time in Germany, there was some Mediterranean place down the road, and that's the only food we ate was like this Mediterranean food place in Germany, and I was like, this is delicious. It's like German food. It's like, no, it's like, I don't know, Middle East Mediterranean or something. So it was just like, all right, I'll take it. It was really good food. So Germany, if you want good Mediterranean food, go to Germany. This one street in Stuttgart has Perfect. So that's what we did. And then we didn't really do much in Germany, but we drove through Switzerland. And we were really just in the car the whole time, but like everywhere you look is just like the mountains coming out of the water, just like think of every pretty picture you've seen of like mountains and stuff, and that's everywhere you look in Switzerland. It's amazing. And then I went to northern Italy. I got separated from my family, lost to the city with just me and my cousin, and that was pretty cool. And so we just went around and then we found this ice cream place, and then we just sat there for a little bit, and then my family showed up. So it was crazy how they found us. Saw Florence, saw Leaning Tower of Pisa, all that stuff. And then actually here in Albany, there's an Italian girl who lives literally across the hall from me. And I was talking to her about my trip to Italy, and she's like, is that the one where you go up across the path and there's the water outside and then you go across and there's the ice cream place? And I was like, and she was like, well, that's where I'm right from around there. She's like, I've been there before.
Oh my
it's
God.
like the one like real Italian person I've met here that's from there, like thick accent, everything. I was where she was, so
That's awesome.
that was pretty crazy.
Where were you in northern Italy?
It was like I was Florence area, and it was just like beaches in northern Italy. We drove around. It was really cool.
Yeah, it's crazy to me that still like in Europe, it's that easy to go from country to country.
Yeah.
Whereas like here, it's like, you know, you're pretty much in one giant block of country, and then you got like Mexico or Canada.
But like, let's be real. Like our states are the size of some countries.
Right, that's
So,
very true.
And it was like New York's a lot different from Kansas.
Yeah,
So
that's very true. Yeah, but like think about that. Like if it was like Europe style, like we would probably be like a collection of like 40, 50 different countries
Right.
probably. So that'd be crazy.
I wish we had better entrance into like Canada, even Mexico. You know, because Mexico's nice. I like to
What do you mean by better?
just like you could just drive over the border. Like
Oh,
I'd love
okay.
to just
like easier.
yeah, just go to Toronto or something. Just like I love Canada. You know,
I don't have a valid passport.
really.
Yeah,
Oh.
I need to validate that.
You should.
Yeah, I haven't done it since I went to Aruba when I was gonna say 6.
Oh.
So it's been a while.
Oh, if you haven't needed it, you haven't needed it.
Yeah.
You planning on going anywhere soon?
No. Me and my dad were actually planning my senior year of high school. One of the bands that like I grew up like listening to was Judas Priest, which is like, you know, heavy metal from like the 80s. And literally we were gonna go. They were going on their final tour with like the original members of the band, and we were gonna go to London and see them live, and then we didn't because it was like their last tour and everything, and we didn't.
That would have been
So.
that would have been great to go
Yeah,
see.
yeah, would have. But
Hindsight.
we already saw them live, so
Hmm.
on Long Island, so no big deal.
Yeah. Still going to London and seeing it, their
Yeah.
home turf kind of.
Yeah, get some
Yeah.
fish and chips. Yeah,
Fish and chips. Oh, very nice. Dude, fish and chips is delicious.
are they?
Yes.
Is it literally just like chicken nuggets and French fries?
Well, they call French fries chips
Right.
in England, so it's just
So
like
what's the fish part?
it's just it's cod.
it's fish?
Just like
Oh, okay.
fried cod.
Because I heard somewhere that wasn't fish.
At McDonald's, it's not actually fish. Probably. I don't know. I'm not trying to slander McDonald's. In case you're trying to get this sponsored or something, I don't want to
Right.
slander anyone.
We try to do the same thing. We apologize every
Yeah.
time we put up place on blast.
Yeah. You know it's garbage? Burger King. They're not sponsor us. I completely changed my mind.
Yeah.
It's fine.
You can buy our love.
But also, I have nothing against Burger King, by the way. The 2 for $10 Whopper meal was fantastic, and every time I was going home, me and my buddy would just get the 2 for $10 and just eat it. The last time we did it, we got to order a chicken fries, and they took like 40 minutes to get the chicken fries out, and the guy just came over and he's like, you just have 2 orders. I was like, oh, it's not going to get back 40 minutes, but now I got 2 orders of chicken fries. So that's the end of that story.
And boy, destroy your stomach that night.
Absolutely it did. I mean, you guys ever had those Cheeto chicken fries?
No.
Yeah, that sounds no.
Nasty.
Yeah,
Ooh.
It's terrible.
that sounds no.
Unless we're sponsored.
Unless we're
Then
sponsored.
fantastic.
Delicious.
Yeah.
Revolution.
Delectable.
My body wasn't just purging everything in, including organs afterwards, I swear.
Oh, man. Yeah, no, I'm more of a Wendy's guy. I really actually like
I
Wendy's.
like Wendy's a lot too.
I worked at Wendy's.
Oh, yeah?
Okay.
Yeah. It was...
Did it change your mind on
Yeah, I was
Wendy's?
gonna say, did you get tired of it?
Actually, the new motto should be, like, annoyingly fresh. Because it's, like, it's actually fresh stuff. Like,
Right.
if this has been in here for an amount of time, toss it. Get new stuff. Get it out. And it's just, like, beef's never frozen. It's refrigerated, of course. But, like, it's not frozen stuff, so it's good. It's, like, it's actual fresh stuff. And, like, they actually tell us to put care into it. I didn't. But I mean, I did. If there are any people out here looking for somebody to work for them, but I
Wanna go
absolutely
back to
In
did.
fast food, go back into fast food.
I'm not going back to fast food.
Okay.
If you do any like food service stuff, people don't treat you well.
Oh yeah, no,
No, it's definitely terrible. And like, I know I haven't been a waiter or nothing. Like, I work cash register a little bit, but I've never been a waiter. But I always tip big when people wait on you, because they get treated like crap, get paid crap, and it's just like you got to be nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I feel that. I feel bad for waiters.
Mm.
You know, there was that saying like everybody. I think it's a Daniel Tosh joke, and it was like everybody should be a waiter for a year just to tell you that your goddamn mayonnaise isn't that important.
Yeah, mayo really isn't important.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's not.
thanks. You guys are real sweet.
Oh, that's no problem.
Sweet mayo.
Sweet man. Spicy.
You sure we're not spicy mayo?
Are they in on the joke? The podcast listeners?
What joke?
That my
Mayo?
name is Mayo, yeah. He calls
Yeah.
me Mayo at beginning of the episode. Did you call me Mayo this
I
episode?
called you Mike.
Cool.
I called you Mike the last two, asshole.
Okay.
Is that his new nickname?
Asshole. Give me some of that asshole
keep
mayo.
going.
Can we get some of that asshole mayo?
Oh,
Wait.
that's so weird.
That's your new name.
Oh.
Your new name.
Is asshole Mayo?
Should just stick it with mayo.
Berenice.
Mike.
Oh, man.
I think the Mike should come after your last name. So it'd be like
Berenice Mike?
Mayo Brivenice Mike.
Literally an afterthought.
Yeah.
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 Okay.
gotta know exactly who you're talking about.
Okay.
Mayo
Mike?
Rovenese.
Mike who?
So it's like in
In
parentheses.
parentheses. Exactly.
Oh, that's funny.
Because it would be like Mike who? Mayo Brivenice Mike. Oh, got it.
Asshole Mayo.
Got
What- yeah.
Would you like anything else with that dia?
Not anymore.
But
Who needs
No.
a decent name? Who needs
Yeah,
one? Asshole Mayo's fine.
so talking about people on blast. How about United Airlines? Am I right?
Dude, that guy got messed up. That was not great. It was great in the sense that it was entertainment, but terrible in that a human got shoved his face into an armchair.
Yeah.
So, but like, he got money out of it. Also, turns out, did you see? I don't think this has anything to do with like him getting compensation or the way he was treated, but apparently this guy's like, he was bringing in illegal prescriptions and giving them to patients.
Was he?
Yeah.
Oh,
no,
shit.
like I don't know if United Airlines did this to like slander the guy or whatever, or it's like I think he actually has counts against him of trafficking drugs, like Percocet, Oxy to like his different. So maybe all those illegal drugs would have helped him feel better after his nose was broken. So
Yeah, and he was saying like "kill me." I was like, Jesus Christ, damn, like that's insane. I mean, he was bleeding from the mouth pretty bad, but you know,
yeah.
Maybe he's very sensitive
Yeah.
to pain.
yeah.
Bleeding from the mouth, I'm done.
I'm done.
I'm
Kill
ready
me.
to die.
Kill me.
I'm ready
Just
to
kill
die.
me
Like
already.
horses.
Yeah.
But no, that was messed up. And then immediately, United Airlines said like, "Hey, we're looking into this." And then like within the hour, it was like the guy was like, "Yeah, we messed up." So,
Even his like apology was a non-apology. It was like he was explained the situation and he's like, "Guess it shouldn't have happened that way," kind of thing. It was like he didn't really say sorry. He didn't say like, "Oh, we did something wrong," and it's just like whatever. It's just a guy doing whatever it takes to put a statement out there without there being any backlash. It's like, I mean, take a stance. I understand you got to do what you can.
what's
for
he
the
gonna
business.
do? Fire the two security guys?
Yes. if I was running a business and my cashier pile drives one of my customers, I'm probably going to say, you're fired. I might help you with a recommendation. But like you
I
can't,
might
you,
help
can't
you
be,
with-
you can't be doing the stone cold stunner on my customers, So
It's a bear.
it's a little dog. Hey baby.
Not in the apartment though.
No, we're actually at a dog park.
Yeah. You heard the squeaker toy
We're
earlier.
miles away.
Yeah.
And the
We're here at the Westminster Jog Show. We've been a little off topic, but they're actually telling us we should be commentating on what's going on. But whatever. I had to talk about Michael Jordan and
Yeah.
mayonnaise. So,
good enough. Dogs love that.
oh, absolutely. Dogs love mayonnaise.
I mean, they're not announcing for the dogs; they're announcing for the viewers. But okay.
Right. Could you imagine that? You're watching the dog show every year, and literally they're
You
just
hear like
talking
small
about
barking in the
mayonnaise.
background. This was translating. Translating for the dog.
Give me a fucking treat. Give me a fucking treat.
That's just on repeat the whole time. That's all dogs care about.
Yeah.
Probably.
They don't care if I went to Italy. A dog could get on a flight to Italy tomorrow, and it'll never tell that story. I promise. So he'll be just as happy on the floor of not an apartment right now, I promise, as he will be on a floor in Italy.
Right.
So it's really just a human concept, I guess. Of just like, I'm going to be in this imaginary boundary because it's different. Right? And we pay a lot of money to do that.
Well, that'd be joyous if they're just in a room full of toys and or space. They just need space and toys is really all they need in their life, and food.
Somewhere to
Ooh,
run.
a space full of food. Ooh, they have a cow, and then they'll die. They'll eat way too much. They have no limit. I think if you have a room full of food for a dog, they'll eat it all.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. No doubt about it.
Then they'll throw it up, eat the vomit.
Yeah.
And then
Oh,
keep going.
I don't want to do this anymore. I just for experiment even, I wouldn't even do it because it'll get disgusting within 5 minutes.
It's starting to smell. You ever smell dog
This
spit?
is the worst experiment ever.
Yeah, this was stupid.
Other than the dolphin
I should have known.
LSD experiment.
We're all being bad dogs.
Oh man, yeah, that's exactly what happened. They go through like 3 bowls and start throwing up and eating that.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Oh, gross.
I mean, you gotta envy the dog, right? In a sense that, how could you just not care at all?
Ignorance is bliss, is what you're saying.
Pretty much, yeah.
Excuse me.
It's
Bless
like,
you.
think about what you just did and then licking that up off the floor. Like, dogs just have, well, most of them don't have the balls anymore, but like, they just can do it.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
I don't envy that. I don't want to
having balls or
I don't
licking
want
up their
No,
own
I don't
stuff?
want. I don't want to lick a sneeze. I'm not dying to do that.
That sounds like a saying.
Licking the sneeze.
Look at a sneeze. Creating new words.
Dude, that phrase would be aces.
Dude, did you study for the test last night? Nah, man, I got stuck looking a sneeze. It's like the new saying of between a rock and a hard place.
Yeah, caught licking the sneeze.
Got caught licking a sneeze.
Got caught licking the sneeze. Actually, sounds like you got caught like jerking
Yeah.
off. Licking the sneeze.
Doing something real
man.
bad. It's just the caught connotation. If I say it in a different way, I don't know what else would work with that besides getting caught licking.
Yo,
a
you saw Tabby the other day? Yeah, she was licking sneeze.
Oh. That's a whole nother, whole nother universe you went into. He's like, fucking gross, Dad. Germs, man. Come on.
Nasty.
You looked it off the
Tiffany
floor.
was doing that?
She's gonna get herpes.
Crazy. Herpes.
From the floor.
Floor herpes.
Yeah, you get floor herpes. You get herpes from anywhere.
Well, actually, it was another gross story. It was I was at a pancake house in New Jersey, and
It's an odd scene.
I mean, it's a scene. So, you know, I was there with my aunts and uncles, my mother and my father, and we were just eating pancakes, and I was just wolfing them down. One of them fell on the floor, and I picked it up and I ate it. Everything was fine. I was going about my day, and then my uncle, he goes, "You know, Brian, you know how many times people step in shit in a day?" All over the table, just like ruined everyone's meal. He should have kept his mouth shut, because then I vomited all over his food.
Oh shit.
So we had to go into the bathroom so I could take care of myself, but all the stalls were in use. And so I was just vomiting in a urinal, which I don't know if you've ever seen a urinal, but it's hard to get your face in the right position where your hair is not in the urinal, and like you can still throw up. So
Saving the.
New Jersey brings out the classy in me.
Was it what he said that triggered it, or was it just coming up? And then you just kind of like, okay.
No, he said, you know, Brian, people step in shit. You're probably eating shit. And I was like, wow, that's disgusting. And I vomited all over the table.
Interesting.
Yeah, ruined my family's meal. And he did. He ruined his.
He ruined it.
family's meal. Because I would have been fine. And then outside interference came, and then I ruined the meal.
I think I would have just heard that and said, "Yeah, shut up," and then I would have
Yeah.
got on with my day.
I was also like 6 at the time,
Oh, okay.
so it's just like my brain equated what he
Yeah.
said to eating shit, and then I was just like, "Oh, that's not all right."
Yeah.
Yeah, I would have got mad because I just have a really short fuse. So I would have been like, "You saying I eat shit, Uncle? Whatever. Saying I'm a shit eater."
Oh my god.
No, but that's so funny though.
You
I
at
thought
the age of 6 when I said that? You saying shit in here? You saying shit?
I have a terrible mouth.
Uncle!
I thought you were gonna bring up the part about the urinal. I thought there was gonna be a massive amount of splashback, which is usually what happens when you use a urinal.
There might have been. My memory's a little bit blurry, but I was 6.
Being 6 and all, yeah.
Yeah. My brain wasn't fully formed. I don't even know if I'm telling the story right because my brain wasn't fully formed.
Yeah, maybe your uncle said nothing and you just
He's kind of just threw up.
Yeah, that's crazy. To think about how every story you've ever told has just been a reincarnation of the last time you told the story, so it could change in any way.
Yes.
Like Allen Iverson could owe me $95. It could be 94.
Shaq could owe you $95.
Story about Shaq too. I saw him, and I was at. I think the episode came out. Orange County Choppers, because they said I wasn't allowed to talk about it beforehand. But Orange County Choppers. I live in Orange County,
New York.
Yeah, New York.
Oh.
Orange County, New York.
Okay.
And they were doing a bike for Shaq. And so Shaq was there. He was playing one-on-one with Paul Sr. and everything. I'm like, I got to watch that. And then he tied up the net, put the basketball in, and then put like a firework or explosive in it, and just blew up a basketball just for no reason.
He's like 5 years old.
Yeah,
Shaq's literally 5
pretty
years
much,
old.
yeah.
He's
But,
so mature.
He's massive. And my friend's mom was there, and she's like 5'0" and just watching her stand next to him was the funniest thing. Yeah.
Oh, could you imagine me?
Dude,
I'm 5'4".
5'4", dude, he was massive. Like, you look at him like next to other basketball players, and you're like, that's a big dude. But like, he'd break me in half. He'd Batman me like Bane did. It was crazy.
I just think he's probably got a 1.5 on me, close to a 1.5 on me. He's got to be 6'8", and I'm 5'4".
6'8". He's probably 6. Oh, he might have gotten shorter with his age.
With his
Maybe
age.
6'11".
That's what you say about Shaq. He'll find you.
I don't want to become the new JaVale McGee.
Oh God, yeah.
Oh.
Poor JaVale.
He starts coming to our games we play outside in the courts. Adds you to Shaq in the Fool. You're the new JaVale. It's like, finally, I make fun of this kid. JaVale had to bitch about it, so I gotta ruin this kid's life.
I start just randomly jumping on people's backs.
Yeah.
I'm like, what's going on?
Shaq's forcing you to do it. It's Jedi mind tricks.
My mind tricks. Shaq-eye mind tricks.
Dude, imagine if Shaq was a Jedi. He'd probably
Oh
shoot
my
free
God.
throws better because he'd just be able to force push him in. So I don't think he was a Jedi.
That'd be funny as anything if they start putting Shaq in the movies now. Well, I mean, he was in a couple movies, but like in his like prime. Now he's like old.
Yeah, he's
Well,
got-
didn't he get a PhD, and then he's also like a cop, and he just does everything now. He's Dr. Shaq. He's everything now. He's probably knighted by the Queen now.
Isn't that Steven Seagal that did all that?
Oh yeah, no, it's him too. I'm pretty sure he's a
Really?
doctor. I think they say it, unless this is a joke on TNT or something, but but they call him Dr. Shaq all the time. I think he was talked about it on Conan like a couple years ago too.
Huh.
Yeah, he went to get a PhD.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
It's probably just like an
It
honorary
was
one.
probably very easy to get.
Steven
his.
Steven Seagal is out of his mind.
Dude. Have you ever seen him do like kung fu? And like he's like a big guy, so he's just like he's just
slowly.
yeah. And guys they're trying to make him look good, so they're like flying around like everywhere, like pretending like he's actually throwing them. So it's just him like in slow motion pretending to like throw a guy, and him just going whoa. It's so good. Those are the best.
Steven Seagal was amazing.
Dude,
Did you see his show?
no.
His show was crazy.
What would he do?
He just do all this stupid shit. I'm trying to remember like something specific. I saw it such a long time ago, and it never got aired again. So like I'm trying to remember specific things, but you just do some dumb stuff. And his like intro was like I don't know if you know this, but for the past 37 years, I've been an undercover police officer.
How could Steven Seagal be an undercover anything? Would he just like be walking around like by a drug dealer and they're like, is that fucking Steven Seagal?
You know what it was? He was trying to teach his kung fu moves to like the police force, whatever police force he was fighting.
Dude,
So
it's
it's like
good.
this old, out of shape man, just going like, "All right, so first, what you gotta do?" And he just like trying to like throw somebody, and the guy's like not moving because he's like a muscular man,
Yeah.
and Steven Seagal's like, "God, always come on, Come on, buddy. Come on, buddy.
Come on, buddy.
He was trying
Help
to
me
give
out
me
here.
cues to like move.
All right, you're gonna want to lift your leg up when I do this. I can't actually do it. I'm
He
sorry.
he couldn't lift his leg over his waist. It was that bad.
Is it supposed to be serious or is it supposed to be funny?
I don't know. That's the thing is, I do not know. I know that the police officers were taking it pretty seriously. So
Well, I mean, yeah, they're like new police officers trying to get training.
Right.
And Steven Seagal waddles like the penguin. They're trying to learn judo kicks from him. Like, imagine
Standing there.
You're supposed to be joining the army, right? And you're like, oh wow, I'm gonna be in the fight for my life. I'm gonna be like, oh, I have to do all these things, and then Mark Hamill comes out. So I like Mark Hamill, but like, I don't think you should be shooting me how to operate a weapon.
Oh my god. Yeah, those poor guys.
Yeah.
I mean,
And poor guy. Like, I
No,
feel bad
I-
for the people in their
that's what I'm
district that they
saying, yeah.
have to protect.
Yeah.
You know? Don't worry. Everything I learned from Steven Seagal. You're safe, man.
it's going right in my resume.
Oh my god.
Oh man. Jesus Christ. I would still pay for that. I'd pay to have Steven Seagal teach me lessons. Because if it doesn't actually work out, which it probably won't, I'll still get a good laugh at it.
Yeah, it's an experience. Because he's an interesting man.
I have a story
Yeah.
about it.
Again, stories. You know,
Yeah.
if you could get a story out of it, do it. That's why the last day of summer junior year, me and all my friends got into this old guy's van when he asked us to. We did.
Okay.
We did. A true story. Last day of summer, we're like, we're gonna go cliff jumping, but the only place to park is like 2 miles away from the place, and so we were like starting to walk, and we are just trudging along, and then this guy pulls up to us, windowless van, and he's like, "You guys going to the cliff jumping spot?" And we were like, "Yeah," and he goes, "Hop in." So we open. This couldn't have been. All right. So we open up the door, and inside there's
Puppies, candy,
no
a lot.
no seats.
Oh, okay.
Just no seats in the back of the van, rope, tools, just rope and tools all along the floor.
He's a hiker.
We're getting to it. And there was a couple girls with us, and they were just like, "I'm not getting in that van." And we're like, "What's he gonna do?" Pull out a gun, which he could have done, and held us all there so he could drive us to his. I don't know. I remember, you know that camp in GTA 5 where all the naked people walk around?
No.
Could have been that. Well, it could have been that. If you, I'm glad you don't
Could
know. Now I
have
just sound like I'm
taken
talking
you.
crazy.
Could have taken you to his colony. His colony of nudists.
Yeah, nudist colony. I don't know, but so we get in, and he's like, "Oh yeah, so yeah, this spot up here, it's really good. You know, I go to it all the time. It's great." And then we get there, and then it's like a 70-year-old dude. He's like heavier set, and then he ties a rope around the guardrail. Then he just like starts rappelling down a little bit, like it's no big deal. And he's like, "Come on, guys, let's go." We're like, okay. And so we start going down the rocks and everything, and then we're by where he jumps off, and the 70-year-old guy is like, "Check this out." So this is already like a good 40-foot drop, and then there's a higher cliff that's another like 10 feet above it, and on top of that cliff there's a tree. So this heavy 70-year-old dude starts climbing this tree, and this is a big tree, and he gets to the top of it, and he's like on top of it, and he's like King Konging off of it, so like only one hand is grabbing the top, and his foot's like on it, and he's like, "Hey, everybody," waving down, and he just drops, yeah, out of the tree, and just like, he doesn't ragdoll, but he's like in control in the most out of control sense, just like he looks like he should be ragdolling, but he's like. He looks like he's done it before. And he just like plummets into the water. And then he's just like, "Come on, guys, it's awesome." And I'm not getting in that tree. Just like this 70-year-old dude was showing us all up in front of these girls. And we were just like, "What are you going to do?"
That's incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah, God bless him.
Yeah. God should bless him. He's climbing trees and
Yeah.
jumping off the mountains.
At
So.
70.
Yeah, it's 70.
70 years old.
Yeah, he was telling us like, he did that. And it turned out there was a girl in the water still. And he just crashed into her and just broke her leg in half.
Oh,
It's just like, oh, shit happens. You got to get out of the water. So, dude was nuts. It was awesome.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Was it one of your friends' legs or
No, it was
just a random person?
Some random person. He was just telling us a story.
Oh,
So, yeah, that was great.
Get out of the water.
Gotta get in the water fast. What can I say?
So that's a lesson to everybody. If a guy pulls up in a van, get in.
Yeah, absolutely, get in. Especially if there's no seats and just ropes. Back.
And tools.
Yep.
If there's any shovels too.
Oh god,
Oh,
we weren't smart growing up. We were just like a bunch of dumb kids. Like we did the dumbest things. Like we went to McDonald's and we changed the sign. Like we would do stuff like that. Like it went from like cheeseburger, this, whatever. And we made it any size cheese tits, like $5. And we just thought we were the funniest fucking things in the world. And then we drive away because we were just dumb. Me and my friends were dumb in high school.
Yeah.
So, but you're invincible, so you could get away with anything.
Right.
That's the
Exactly.
moral of the story.
All right. So we're gonna go to this thing called what's been up. Well, not what's been up. What have you been obsessed with this week?
Pool.
Pool.
Yeah, I was playing pool at the bar, and then the next day we went to the clubhouse that's in the development, and we were just playing pool the whole time, and it hasn't gotten out of my mind. Like this one, I missed. My Aunt Karen is like one of the best pool players I've ever seen in my life, and I was one shot away from. We were doing like a series. I won one game, she won the other game, and then the final game it was just the 8-ball, and I was just like I lined up the shot. It was the easiest shot in the world. And I miss it.
Ooh.
And I was just like, I'll never hear the end of it. Because me and her are the biggest shit talkers in the world. And I just knew I'm never going to hear the end of it. I could never talk shit again. That's it. That's the end of me. Oh, so.
So now you're training.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, I don't have a pool table here. But the image of that shot has been just replaying in my head. Because I'm super competitive with stuff like that. Like, I hate to lose.
Right.
So it's just been replaying in my head again and again and again. So I'll get her.
I'll get her. Well, there's one in the campus center.
Yeah, there is. I should do it.
You never tried that one?
No, but I mean, actually, I did last year. But I'll go again this year. I honestly forgot all about it.
There's also one in our basement too.
Here?
Yeah.
Nice.
Or the first floor. Right where we walked in.
That's pretty nice. You ever go to it?
No,
No.
I'm not a good pool player.
Yeah.
No, you're not.
I have zero hand-eye coordination.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, you just need to line it up, really.
Nope.
Can't do
Nope.
it.
Nope. Too small of a stick. Give me a thicker stick.
Bigger stick. Oh, something you're used to. Am I right?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
You know it. Mayo, how about you? What's been your obsession this week?
Mine's always television, but it's television again. It's Black Mirror.
Oh, cool.
Oh,
You
I
finally got
finished
into
the
that.
first season, and it's amazing.
How'd you like it?
I was telling you the other day that I think 3 episodes, like you see that at first because you're not used to that. You're like, that's so weird. There's only 3 episodes, but then you watch and you get it because like their episodes are draining because there's so much thought that go into these things and they make you think. So like I kind of watch these things and like I can't watch another one back to back because it's so mind blowing and so interesting that they think of these things. But yeah, that's what I've been on. Black Mirror.
It gets way better.
I bet.
It gets so much
I
better.
bet. The first season was good though.
Yeah.
First season was good.
Love something like that, where it's like it's gonna make you think afterwards.
Right.
Yeah.
Do you know what Black Mirror is? Have you ever
Yeah,
watched Black Mirror?
I've seen
Okay.
a couple episodes. I haven't seen like the first episode. It's just my friend was like, "You got to watch this." I saw the one with the weird '80s heaven or something, and I saw the one with
San Junipero.
yeah, and I saw the one with the woman and the people hunting her and the
Oh,
people
yeah.
with the phones. That one was
Yeah, that
was
one's
something.
that's gonna be a great one. That's definitely
Dude,
one of
you're
my
in for some
favorites.
treats, dude.
Okay. Cool.
My favorite is one. It's the last episode in the series so far. So it got picked up. It was British for I think the first 2 seasons.
Yeah, I got an indication that's not going to be British for a while because Netflix picked it up or something.
I think it got picked up. I guess Netflix. I'm not sure if Netflix picked it up or an American. I think I was reading on its Wikipedia that like a different American channel or whatever picked it up.
Are they
Okay.
keeping the same writers?
I don't know. It's still good. It still holds up
Right,
because
right,
they
it
made they
is.
made half of the 3rd season and they signed for 12 episodes and they only made 6. So I'm waiting for those other 6 episodes.
Right. Because if you go on Netflix, it says under starring, it says Bryce Dallas Howard. I was like, Bryce Dallas Howard's an American actress. It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right, eventually they're going to make it American when they bring it.
Yeah.
Wherever they brought it.
3rd season.
Yeah. 3rd season? Okay.
3rd season. I think it's all American.
Okay.
Except for the last episode, which maybe they just shuffle around the writers and producers or whatnot. They definitely do it with the actors, but and actresses. But the last episode is really really good because it follows like a a team of like NCIS people or like an investigative unit in like London, and they're trying to find out. Someone keeps putting up like this hit list on like Twitter, and it would be like retweet. It would be like tweet out to this hashtag who you want dead today, and like the person with the most like tweets at them like dies, and then like that person keeps on dying. So they're trying to figure out that whole thing, and it's a what do you call it? It's like they do a twist on it, and then there's another twist on it.
You started saying that they're like movie length after a while. Right?
Yeah, well, that one's an hour and 30 minutes long.
That sounds like a movie.
So that one's a short movie.
Yeah.
But some of them are 48 minutes. I think the shortest ones are like 48 minutes,
Yeah.
and the longest ones, are somewhere over an hour.
Well, with something like that, you'd want it to take as much time as you need. If 30 minutes of your show is what you need to get your point across, and like you don't want to drag it out or anything, and the scenes are just right, make 30 minutes. If it takes an hour and a half, it takes an hour and a half to get the feel.
Right.
Because something like that, it's all about world building.
Right.
And if you're trying to build like a crazy, like hectic world, it should be shorter and like quicker.
That's why they have shorter seasons, so they can put the quality into every one of their episodes. I appreciate that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'd rather have
it's one of the best series I think
Yeah.
I've seen in a while.
Yeah.
And I compare it to like, because it's also sci-fi. I compare it to like
The Twilight Zone.
the Twilight Zone, and I've said that for like a while now, but like because every episode's different too.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know, because I saw that they were looking up from like customer ratings and whatnot that they want to start re-upping some episodes that they just kind of
Twilight Zone?
no
Oh,
of
sorry.
Black Mirror episodes of Black Mirror.
Because I saw Twilight Zone on Netflix. Has it been on there for long? Am I just stupid?
I don't know,
Because I saw it was on Netflix. I was like, oh, cool.
the old one from like the
They
70s.
said they had 5 seasons on there. It's probably like a couple, like the favorite episodes or something like that, or like a couple scenes they just picked out
Right.
because they don't want to get the whole thing on there for some reason.
I thought that was a longer series, like a way
it's
longer
more than
series.
5. It has to be more than 5 seasons. But yeah, that's what they have on there right now.
Huh.
I don't really know much about Twilight Zone.
Oh yeah.
I know the scary door from Futurama.
Yeah.
Okay.
With them making fun of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's one of my favorite things.
Also, the one with when there's the gremlin on the wing of the plane.
Yeah.
That was from Twilight Zone. Then there was the Twilight Zone movie, which was made by like 4 different producers and 4 different directors, and one of them got in trouble because they actually killed an actor
Really?
on the scene. Yeah, and they had like child actors.
Oh,
But it was like dark out, and like they were like not abiding by child labor laws, and like there was like a prop helicopter that was supposed to take off, and it was supposed to be like it was a setting around this guy who's like a super racist, and like as like his punishment he has to get taken through all these different racist like areas and time and stuff like that, but he's like part of the minority that's getting like judged upon, and like just to see how it feels.
Yeah.
And the last one that he's in is Vietnam, and he's like picking up like 2 like Vietnamese children, and he's running with them as like the helicopter starts to like ascend with like a machine gunner to like gun him down.
Mm-hmm.
And the prop helicopter ended up exploding.
Ooh.
And it fell on them and killed all 3 of them.
Jesus.
Oh my
Christ.
god.
Yeah. So and then that's how they just ended it. That's how they ended the scene.
What-
It's
they
the
released the
helicopter.
movie?
It's the helicopter exploding,
They
and then the
released
scene
that.
ends, and they release that.
Wow.
And
That
they,
is controversial.
the director got in trouble for
That's
that.
controversial. Yes.
Yeah. It's kind of like in Mad Max, Fury Road. The guy, this guy like broke his spine or something on one of the things where it's like he flips over the car, and like directors love putting the stuff where they get actually hurt
Yeah.
into it because it's real.
Right.
Like it's real. So I don't blame him for keeping it in there, but at the same time,
Well, it's only tragic. Wait, what did they die when they fell on them?
Yeah.
Oh, so then that's tragic.
The 2 child
You don't put
actors.
that in there,
The
that's
2
tragic.
child actors. Well, it just shows the thing exploding. I don't think it shows.
It falling.
Them
on
It
dying.
falling
Oh,
on.
okay.
that's
so
a
not bad.
different thing.
That's
Yeah.
not bad.
Yeah. It
Not
just
showing
kind
the
of. It
whole
just.
thing, that's how
No,
it-
no, no.
Yeah.
It just
Jesus
explodes and then it
Christ.
like fades out
Okay.
of the scene. But like they had another ending for that. Obviously, like he comes back and he's gonna be like rejuvenated and being like, "Hey, I'm all right now."
I don't think they got to that.
Nope, nope, did not get to that.
Quite.
They did not get to that. What was I gonna say? I had something and I forgot it.
Oh, that sucks.
It's good.
I feel like we didn't really explain what Black Mirror was. It's again an anthology where each episode's different, and it's sci-fi, whereas it's like a futuristic thing where like what technology is going to take us in the future. Whereas the first episode was about the issue with social media and media making things so like public that you can't really, like, I think it was the royal family was trying to solve an issue, but it became public. So they were put in a situation where the king, was he? Had to do something.
I don't think it was a prime minister.
A prime minister had to do something, like, humiliating, and that was the only way he'd get his daughter back. And so it was about pretty much that and how media put that out of proportion, and he had no choice but to humiliate himself in public. It ended up being for no reason. You find out if you watch the episode why. And yeah, that's all stuff like
It
that.
ended up being for an art project.
Right. It was something ridiculous.
Yeah, so...
And I think he released her before he even
Yeah.
humiliated himself.
Way
Yeah.
before. So if he actually didn't do it, but at that point his approval ratings went down so far because he said that he wasn't going to do it,
Right.
because they tried to like fake it and the humiliating act,
Yeah.
and like I guess he just guessed on a whim. This guy just guessed, the guy kidnapping his daughter was gonna just guess that he was gonna do what he was gonna do, and yeah, so he kind of like upped the ante, and then yeah, shit went down.
Yeah.
That episode was really great, but then after that first episode, it gets into the future. Like it's very futuristic.
I wouldn't say
from
that was very
point
futuristic.
beyond.
I was saying that the description of the first episode, I was like, how am I going to say this is futuristic? Because it's kind of not. But the rest of it,
very
more
it's
like
very like this time.
Yeah. But it's still a message. At the end of the day, like, they'll have a message about, to be careful with this, or like to keep this in mind when it comes to technology and how these things are just advancing kind of quickly.
Well, what do you think they mean by Black Mirror?
Right.
When you look into your phone that's off, it's a Black Mirror, but it's also a social conscious thing on
Right.
us. So
Wow.
makes you think.
I never thought of it like that.
Yeah.
Black
Yeah.
Mirror. Wow.
Yeah, and it's cracked always in the show and when you like start it up and stuff like that.
A dark reflection on our society.
Yes. There we go.
Damn.
So watch Black Mirror.
I definitely do.
Oh, that was definitely one of the best series I've seen in a long time.
Main host, what is your obsession for the week?
My obsession for the week, I had something. I was going to say Shameless, but I mean, that's been out for a while.
So was Black Mirror.
Yeah. Yeah, Black Mirror. Brian, when we were walking over, what did I say my obsession was?
You said it was.
I'm not going to do Brock Mirror again.
Oh,
I've done
that's what I
Brock
was
Mirror
saying.
twice.
Yeah, that's.
I've done
Brock
Brock I've done Brock Mirror twice. I've not seen another episode of it.
Did I
So,
mention an announcer was his drunk all the time because he was like penetrated or whatever? His wife was penetrated.
Classic.
classic. Nah, man, that
Timeless.
show is just so good because just, oh my God. And he just, it's making fun of the regular broadcast announcer. That's all it is. And that's terrific. Because, baseball season's starting. There we go. There's
Oh,
something I
okay.
can talk about.
Yeah. I'm an unhappy Yankee fan. We got this guy Gary, and there you go.
He's hurt.
Yeah, I haven't been following it, and so now I just get.
Is this his first name or his last name?
That's his first name, Gary.
Okay.
Gary Sanchez.
Gary
Okay,
Sanchez.
thanks for being
Yeah.
more specific this time.
Gary, who cares? Will the Yankees
This is
have
a guy,
him later?
Gary.
Who knows? He's hurt.
Michael Pineda did pitch a perfect game until the 7th inning the other night.
Really?
Yeah.
Nice.
And they ended up winning that game.
Good for the Yankees.
Eh.
You know.
I'm a Mets fan, so
Well, they're pitching. Oh my God.
it's crazy.
They're
Well,
insane.
Matt Harvey left the game last night, though.
Really?
Matz is still hurt. Lower rotation guy. Steven Matz actually went to my cousin's high school.
Really?
Yeah. So that was super cool. I never met him, but he lives literally right around the block from my cousin. And went to his high school and stuff. So, but he's got elbow issues. And other than that, everybody should be good. They lit up last night. They scored 14 runs and 7 homers. Ugh.
That's.
Against Clay Buchholz, who's a former Boston Red Sox.
Well, the Red Sox, I know this year, they're
Beast. They're a beast.
after the Indians and the Cubs, they should be. They're top, right?
I think they're number one.
Really?
I think it's number one over Cubs.
Damn.
I would factor in that you got
Hate the Red
that
Sox.
post championship,
Yeah.
not drought, but post championship hangover
Yeah.
that every team has. I think it's gonna be lesser with the Cubs. I think they're still gonna make the playoffs and all that and win their division. But the Red Sox are scary good this year. They're scary good. They got Chris Sale, a guy from probably one of the.
I was thinking they had made a big acquisition. I was
Yeah.
like, who was it again?
So it's Chris Sale,
Yeah.
David Price.
Yeah.
Rick Porcello, who's an okay pitcher, and he pitched really well last year. And then they got this guy, Eduardo Rodriguez, who's like a young gun, but he's going to be pretty good in a couple years. But his ERA is through the freaking roof. So that's aggravating. But because I usually pick him up because I like the young kids. I like drafting somebody who's not, in fantasy wise, I like drafting somebody who's not like that good and then getting their breakout season. Because that makes me feel smart.
Yeah, and like I could tell he was going to be good. I believed in him. Promise.
So you like backfires.
Yeah, a lot of it
like
backfires. But I do it on my bench. Like I don't I wait until
that's
it's like
different,
but those are like that's like investing in penny stocks.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
At that point, it's literally investing in penny stocks. So, but yeah, that's all I got for the week. Anybody you got to shout out, Brian?
My mom. I'm helping her move later, so we're gonna wish us luck on that. My family's coming up to help us out, so shout out to my family, my sister. And Joe Hammer's a good friend of mine. Shout out to Joe.
Nice. Mayo, anybody for you? Anybody from last week that you remember?
This is my favorite segment. Shout outs.
He doesn't want to do his whole family because if he does his whole family, he feels it's going to take too long.
It's take too long.
For whatever reason.
People get left out.
And then people get left out.
Or if I say things in a weird order, people are like, oh, why was he said first before this person?
No, you know. So
No,
you
I'm
guys
not.
you guys are on the
I'll
show
make
all
it
the
the
time,
same
right?
Yeah.
So why don't you?
One person.
One person a week.
One person.
And then say why you picked that person for this week.
Okay, then I'll have my father because he's picking me up for Easter this week.
Very nice.
This is probably going to come out a week from Easter. But you know,
he did that then in the past.
In the past. What was I gonna say? Oh, Katie Lumbo is very mad at us because I made a comment on her comment from last week.
I wanted to do that too because it was a strange comment. She said something.
She's like, "You guys made me sound like a creep." She was really upset.
Yeah.
She was really upset.
Strange comment.
She was really upset. Brian was there.
Yeah.
Brian was with us.
Which is great because she was talking about how you guys were shitting on her, and literally the first like 3 words out of my mouth was me insulting her. So, like she was like, yeah, I went to the Hudson Valley Community College, and I was like, oh, you're around Hudson Valley? And she was like, yeah. And she asked me, why didn't you go to Hudson Valley Community College? And I said, oh, I'm not trash.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
So I don't have filters when I'm meeting new people.
Wait, so which comment is she talking about? I'm talking
I don't
one
know.
where she said
Both
that I
of
don't
them.
want to picture our guest in a bed of tears or something like that.
Oh, that was this week's. That's new.
Okay.
You want to shout out for that comment?
I don't want to shout out for that. No.
No, she was on the hi Andy, hi Mayo, and then you were like, you said something like that was like sarcastic, and she didn't like that because like I said it weird, and then we paused for like a couple of seconds, and then we said
like a creep. Oh, she was hello, right?
It was like hi Andy. I was like hi Andy, hi Mayo, and then we paused, and you were like, eh.
I gotta watch it again. I don't remember that.
I can't remember either because she messaged me and she was like all mad, and I was like, why are you mad? I don't even remember what we said.
I think you talking about it right now is making it worse.
Probably. So let's shoot on her comment from this week.
That's just, is that another segment you do?
Shit on Katie's comments.
Be sure to send in your comments.
We not many
But
fans.
just
We like
you.
to trash them anyway.
If you have low self-esteem and want to be reaffirmed,
Yes.
be sure to comment on this video.
Oh, man. If you want to support our podcast, let's
God.
shit you in the comments.
Yeah. Give us a lot to riff off of. The more pathetic your comment, the better.
Hey man, gives us more content.
Oh, now I feel bad. I'm sorry, Katie.
Yeah, I'm
feel
sorry,
bad.
kidding.
It's for content, right?
Yeah.
You know.
She's gonna hate us. She's gonna be like, she's gonna be hitting like texting me during the middle of this, like I hate you guys so much, and then it's gonna get to the end where we say sorry, and she's gonna be like, oh okay. So we should probably stop shitting on her
Nah.
from right now.
She's a big part of the show now.
Yeah.
She hasn't even been on it. Now she's just like
Yeah.
Oh,
she's
she
got her
will
own
be.
segment. She will
Incoming,
be. Yeah.
incoming in the next week.
Do we have comments on the new one besides hers?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I really don't think so.
Okay.
So, but Brian listened to that one actually.
I did.
Yay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
No problem.
Yeah.
I started listening to it, then I stopped.
No, I got through a lot of it. I got through a lot of
Yeah, I
it.
got the
It's long. It's an hour
Yeah.
long.
Yeah.
Trust me, this podcast is pretty good. It was good.
Yeah,
I appreciate
yeah.
that. Thank you.
A couple
No
people have said that to us now, and we're getting real.
Usually people have a lot of growing pains with podcasts, like they try to figure it out, but you guys just riff and whatever.
You should see our first 3 episodes.
That's bad. bad.
That's what growing pains are. All right.
Maybe the second one was the bad one. I think just maybe the first one
Just
was.
wait for the pilot to come out. Just wait for the pilot to come out. That's
Just tell me
interesting.
about the pilot earlier.
It's most interesting. Oh man, that's.
I told him we went through like 50 different bits during the whole.
It was
thing.
good. It was good. It was good, but stupid.
Yeah. I think that
Stupid.
if we stuck onto like one or two of those bits more often, it would have been fine.
Yeah.
It was just that you were just rapid fire in different ones.
Yeah.
Sort of follow, kind of.
Well, we started off really well. We were asking each other like first date questions because we're like, what are we gonna ask ourselves for like people to get to know us? Like you're gonna be like, oh, what's your major? You know what I mean? And go into stuff like that.
Because I'm not much of a story boy, and he has stories for days. I don't have stories.
And I've told 0 of them.
Yeah.
You brought up a story I want to
That's
tell.
summer.
Is a first date story. So, let me preface this by this girl that I was with. I was in like 8th grade, so I was like still weird.
I'm gonna
And
turn
so
that up.
she got me fingerless gloves for Christmas, and so I wore them all the time. And then it started getting warmer out, but I'd still always wear them just to like be like, oh yeah, let's see, I'm wearing them. And
Did you used to ride a motorcycle?
They weren't leather. They actually looked like homeless people fingerless gloves because they were like knit, and then they're just like it was like not frilled, but like it looked like garbage.
Are
It
you a
looks like
professional bowler?
a professional bowler?
Yeah.
Who do you think you are? I am.
Oh my god. Like, anyway, my hands would always get sweaty
Okay.
because the other that, and like it was disgusting. And
Oh no.
What?
You can blame her.
Oh yeah, you can't blame her. You're gonna tell the.
Yeah. Oh,
The
then
apartment
that. Yeah.
staff?
That would be unfortunate.
All right. Well, anyway, we were at the castle, which is a place around me.
Okay.
Shout out to Chester.
Okay.
I know we're done with shout outs, but like that's a place, so it's whatever. And so we were at the castle, and we were holding hands. My hands were sweaty, and I was just like, ha, because I didn't care. It's like my sweaty hands, whatever. And then her mother, as a joke, like got in between us and like went to grab our hands. Like my hands were disgusting sweaty,
Ugh.
and she just kind of looked at me like. That's disgusting. So
That's not
that was like
nice.
that was like our first like going out thing.
People
like, we hung
clam
out
up.
and all
That's
that.
not cool. It doesn't judge them for that.
But
I don't like that.
It was because I was wearing homeless people knit fingerless
That's it,
gloves
okay.
in like April.
Okay.
That's my fault. But I actually met that girl playing paintball, which was kind of hot. Because it was us bunkered down, and we started like talking, and it was just like.
I thought you were gonna be like making out.
Well, actually, we were like getting to that point, but like we had our masks on. We didn't want to take them off because someone could just goosh right in the face. And like I was talking to her, and at one point my friend comes up and he's like behind the bunker, and I'm like, dude, get out of here. And he was like, nah, man, I gotta get out. No, you don't understand. Go.
We're in a war.
Oh, man, I'm taking this serious. And I was like, dude. So, but he didn't get the memo, but I.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say he
I
didn't get
mean,
the kill.
paintball's not really a flirt spot, so you can expect him to not understand what's happening.
You've never seen this blonde girl holding a gun with her like hip put out. Like
It's still not a
it's
flirt spot. It's an action place. There's
It's
too much going on.
Oh,
for
there's
flirting.
action.
Oh, there was gonna be action.
There's no hotter place to do stuff than on a war zone. So,
Okay.
you know, it's the danger.
You should probably stop her from doing that.
Come on now.
Just like, what do dogs not like? Just like wipe it all over the wall.
Are there not noises or something? Should I make a high pitched screech? Like a dolphin.
Hey.
Nope.
Whatever, I tried.
Got it. You got it. That would work. Talk about something else.
Something
What
else.
are you eating? What a dog.
Oh, what a dog. What a hound.
What a dog.
You hound. You guys ever see that?
No.
What's it called? I have no idea what it's called. So, there's that.
The Fox and the Hound?
Hound you.
You hound. Nope.
It's like they're pretending to play this sport with acorns. I don't know. It was great. I promise.
Is this a movie, a show, or?
It was just an internet video.
Oh,
Oh.
Yeah.
you hound.
You hound. You absolute hound. And that's just. I don't even remember
It's
the
probably
video.
from. It's probably from like 06.
But like me and my friends would just do that, and we just like do something. You'd be like, "You absolute hound, you!" And it was just a dumb thing we used to do in high school. We were dumb. So, it was great. It was a lot of fun. I remember.
All right, so all we got.
Yeah, what a strong finish.
Brian, man, thank you
Yeah.
for coming on.
No problem. This is
I
actually
hope
fun.
that you had fun because
did.
I had fun.
Oh, wow.
Don't know about Mayo though.
I feel healthier now.
You're like a pill of Advil.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right, everybody. Thank you for watching the Andy Doorty Show. If you want questions for Brian that I will get to you at a later date because nobody used the hashtag on Twitter. Use the hashtag on Twitter. Hashtag Andy Doorty Show. Do something for next week's guest. Next week we're going to have Andrew Catrone, my editor-in-chief at The Odyssey on. And also Katie Lumbo, our top commenter on. So if you guys got questions, if you guys got questions for them, use the hashtag Andy Doorty on Twitter. I'm on every social media place at Andy Doorty, Andy Doorty, Andy Doorty. Anybody wants to sponsor us, hit us with those emails. It's probably not going to happen, but whatever. I'm looking at you, Duracell.
We need batteries for the recorder.
That's a good target. Duracell, it's a good target.
Duracell.
Yeah.
You have a
Duracell.
chance with that?
Yeah, it's the Energizer Bunny, right?
Nope. That'll be Energizer.
Or if Ocean Spray Cran Grape especially wants to sponsor us. I love Ocean Spray Cran Grape.
Yeah?
But I'll love it more if you sponsor me. And I'll be on the show to
right
talk
to
about
Brian
it.
if he sponsors.
Yep.
Or we'll have him do the sponsor spot every week.
Yeah.
You just invite me over for the 2 minutes to do the sponsor segment and I'll leave.
You're just going to send me a recording every day on like a Wednesday. Just get it to me by Wednesday, bro. I'll put it in.
Yeah.
But thank you for listening. The hashtag is hashtag Andy Doorty Show on Twitter. Please freaking use it. And see you guys next week. All right, bye.
Bye.